Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So today is a win day. We're going to celebrate a win today. If you've seen the thumbnail, you kind of have an idea what's going on. So not only did I pass my 1,000 delivery mark on a very, very hot day, because I'm cooking in the car filming this for you guys right now, but we also made a win because today I officially paid off my car with my earnings from DoorDash. Now mind you, this is based on not counting gas and taxes and stuff. But I want to give you guys an idea how much money you can actually make doing these gig economy things. This also does not include any money that I've made on Uber Eats. And this does not include any money that my wife has made using this car on Shipped, DoorDash, and many other apps that she does. So, for those of you who don't know, I traded in an old pickup truck for a Honda Fit, and prices were heavily inflated. I got $1,300 trade-in on the truck, but that truck had paid for itself like 5 times over. It was just an old beater work truck. So I essentially ended up paying $6,700 for this little Honda Fit. A little more than I should have, but you guys know how the car market is right now. Anyways, so after doing 12 weeks in this car of DoorDash, I have made $6,729.75 on just DoorDash. Now, like I said, that's not me driving it to my actual job. That's not me, driving it to the different job sites I work on. It's not my wife driving it. This is just literally DoorDash, and it took 12 weeks to do it. Now, before we go into this, I'm going to be putting all the weeks and numbers on the screen, and I know somebody's going to catch that the week of July 4th is missing. I was on vacation that week. It is not counted in the 12 weeks, but just so when somebody catches it, the entire week of July 4th, I was off the clock. So those numbers will not be in here, but it's still, consecutively, it's 12 weeks. So, I've got my notes here because I can't remember all this stuff, guys. So starting April 26th through May 2nd, that week I did $682.39. The week of May 3rd through May 9th, I did $963.10. The week of May 10th through May 16th, $622.28. The week of May 17th through May 23rd, $582.02. May 24th to May 30th, I did $157.37. May 31st through June 6th, I did $263.61. June 7th through June 13th, I did $456.81. July 14th through July 20th, I did $491.35. June 21st through June 27th, I did $340.39. July 5th through July 11th, I did $940. Notice the week of July 4th was missing before that. And then July 12th through July 18th, I did $637.30. And July 19th through July 25th, I did $493.07. So, you notice that all those numbers and the dates, there wasn't always 7 days in between them. That's because this app only records the days that you actually work. Most of these weeks, I only worked about 30 hours, sometimes 40. So, understand, I was still going to job sites. I work construction and doing that, as well as remodeling our house we're getting ready to sell, as well as building a tiny house and getting our garden going. So I'm not out dashing 24/7. You guys need to understand that. But to put it in perspective, I made $6,700 off what I classify as a pretty heavy side hustle. I devote some time to it. Don't get me wrong. But $6,700 in 12 weeks. That's not bad for a side hustle. And it shows the opportunity we have. Now, I also need to make note of, this is during summertime slowdown. Alright, come August through like December, You got fall sports for high school kicking in. You got kids going back to school. Parents are going to be ordering more food, ordering more groceries. It's going to be much busier. And the tips are going to be bigger. There's going to be more trips to take and less dashers out because the weather will be bad and people won't want to go out once it gets cold. So the opportunity to make this money, I probably could have done it 8 or 9 weeks in the winter. But still, anybody that cries about summertime slowdown, they can't make no money. I just went over the numbers with you guys. You can make money. Now my market sucks. It's not the worst, but it certainly is not a good market. It's very saturated with drivers. It's just not a good market. We don't get a lot of high tips. It's a lower income area. Even so, you can see how quickly it can add up. So 3 months and you're pushing $7 grand. That's not bad. And with the way we do our taxes and figure out our mileage using the standard mileage deduction, you basically write off a lot of the taxes that would go into this. And I average 32 miles a gallon in this car. It may be a little egg car, but it gets killer gas mileage, so gas is not going to be that big of a factor in that whole $6,700, honestly. Now, when you're out dashing, it's all about what you make it. It's all about going the extra mile. You get frustrated at times, and trust me, it's so nice to be able to just say, I'm done, and hit end dash. But going through it, pushing through it, going a little farther, and trying to keep making that little bit extra every day will add up big time. Now, yes, I have to take out taxes and you got to take out gas, but for all intensive purposes, this car is now paid for, which means everything I make after this is profit. Now, I did want to share with you guys the mileage that it took to get here. All right, because I bought this thing with almost exactly 100,000 miles on it. Now, I want you to understand it's a 20-mile commute to the area we dash in because we don't have it in our town. So that's 20 miles up, 20 miles back. This car now has 107,000 miles on it. Now, like I said, my wife's used this car and I've drove it to job sites and different places. So I would guess about 55 to 5,000 miles would be the neighborhood of how much mileage I had in making that $6,700. So you can see my market's not great. I'm having to drive to get the money. But the concept that I came into Doordash driving a bunch of trucks that were not very good, was able to buy a car and pay it off within 12 weeks should show you this is lucrative enough, no matter what your excuse is, to get into it and get it done. And it doesn't have to be Doordash. It could be any of the gig apps. So really think it through, because keep your full-time job, guys. Make that steady money. And then take all your extra time that you're not doing nothing. I mean, maybe you're sitting at home watching Netflix. Go out and make some money. It could pay for you another car. Or it could replace the car you're driving. Or it could pay your car payment. Or your rent. Or a million other things. So, with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Hit the like button so that YouTube algorithm picks this up and sees that you appreciate it and shares it with others. Go down in the comments, let me know how you're doing on your gig app stuff. If you're making some money off whatever, Grubhub, Uber Eats, etc. DoorDash is king in my area, but I'll tell you, Shipt is starting to catch up. So, be on the lookout for more videos with this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one, because I gotta go dash.